Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Yeah,
That's not
Mr.
Paul's
Audit out here
fault, man.
slandering my name and has some gall here. But now let's make Mr. Audit look silly here with this next card. Go ahead.
Let's make him happy as well, because
Yes.
your 100 overall pitcher comes to us from the 1986 Boston Red Sox. It is right-handed starter Roger the Rocket Clemens. Ooh, this is a hot card. Hot card right here. It is 100 overall. Ron Santo. 100 overall. Ivan Punch Rodriguez. From the 1990 Oakland Athletics. The 1990 American League MVP, Ricky Henderson. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you from behind the plate, 100 overall, catcher, Josh Gibson. This next guy, we're going to go back to stimulating y'all's 12-year-old brains here, because our next guy comes to us from the 1945 Chicago White Sox. It is 69 overall, pretty nice player, Johnny Dickshot. Let's go to the power era. And, you know, the power era was a time of power. Rob Tomlinson, 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, our final card of the evening is 100 overall. Oh. No. Okay. I think I think Paul's trolling me again. With this one. Tony Suck. We had to bring up Tony Suck at some point. This is not an actual card. Good. That's a good joke, Paul. That's a good joke. This guy, actual ball player. And he sucked.
Does he really? And where is our Tony Suck? At some point in time in this game, there will be that 39.5 rated Tony Suck. How you guys doing out there? Welcome all in. Thank you, DishNet, for the raid OOTP developments, and wanted to pay again just a little bit of a tribute to DishNet, who's going on a well-deserved vacation for the next few days. So DishNet, relax, enjoy, play some Mario, play some some MLB pros, do something fun, enjoy the time, and we'll see you back in the streams ahead. So again, just a little bit of tribute for everything that DishNet does for us, with the TWIP Showdown, with TWIP Thursdays, with the World Series broadcasts, and trying to keep control of you guys at times in the forums and Discord. Welcome all in again. Don't leave until next Wednesday. Yeah, you're getting prepared, I guess, for over the weekend. But hey, anyway, have a fun time. Well, guys, this is the HAWC Reports. So welcome all in, and we are a little bit wingless today. We are without the wings of one Sir Charles, and one Sir Izadafo. You know what? It's kind of, get ready to take a drink. Synchronicity, synchronotic, that on the 42nd episode of the HAWC Report, this is episode number 42, when we have an NeL set, and the first time since March, late March, early April, that I have not had a co-host on the HAWC Report. Yes, Charles is flying back to Copenhagen. Izadafo was busy today. Even at the last moment asked EVC, he was busy today. So, and I didn't want to impose on others. It was kind of wasn't sure if I was going to have a host or not a host, but we are going solo today. But hey, we are still going to play the trivia. We are still going to do the giveaways. We're going to still take a quick peek at the cards. Rather than me analyzing, I'm going to ask some of you in the audience. Because, again, it was a pretty short set, 10 cards today. We'll also look at a couple of the treasure trove cards. And there you go. Neil Young Lap. Well, I've never lived in Winnipeg. And never met Crosby, Stills, or Nash. But thank you. Thank you very much. Going with the old school look today because we have the old school set. And yeah, gives me an excuse to put on the hat once in a while. You know, nowhere near the craziness of EVC in his hats, but gives me a chance to wear some different attire. On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, met up with a gambler. We were both too... Okay. This is not the karaoke channel. Welcome all in, guys, again to episode number 42. I am Laptop Hound. If you've never followed before, drop me a follow. Thank you, Dark Horse 414, for re-upping your Prime subscription. Thank you, Matt Walsh, also for the follow. See, that's a pretty familiar name in OOTP land, I think. And if you're unfamiliar with me, usually every once in a while, I meander off a little bit and talk about the weather. So, there's a method to my madness. Here is your updated American weather report. If you're living in Colorado, Oklahoma, Kansas City, you can expect snow to taper off over the course of the next day. Congratulations, you got a little bit of snow. If you're over on the east side, or on the southeast side, expect some severe thunderstorms possible for Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. And those of you in Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, watch out. You've got some heavy rain coming. You've got some freezing rain possibilities and a lot of mixed precipitation out there on the east side. Up there in Oregon and Washington, you are not out of the neck of the woods. You've got some heavy snow possible in northern Oregon, southern Washington, a low moving in across the Pacific Ocean. So be prepared over the course of the next 24 hours for some nasty weather. This is what I do when I don't have a co-host on the HAWC Report. I talk weather. And not only that, but hey, reason why I brought up the weather is no matter what kind of weather you're getting, I don't know if it can compare to this. Edmonton, Alberta is currently under an extreme cold warning right now. We are at about minus 28 with the wind chill. It's probably in the mid minus 30s. We got a chance of flurries tonight at minus 35. And holy smokers, we got minus 38 tomorrow, minus 38 on Saturday. And as you can see in the extreme cold warning, we have a wind chill near minus 41, frostbite within minutes. That is today. Tonight, we've got a wind chill minus 44 overnight. Woo! And then tomorrow, we got a wind chill minus 41, frostbite again within mere minutes. But hey, we got a mix of sun and cloud. No snow in the forecast for tomorrow. So yes, thought I'd give you a quick little weather update here from cold North Alberta. Coldest it's been since last winter. So how you guys doing? Move to Canada. It's fun. They said, well, Mark, it's only fun if you have the proper clothing, gloves, the toque, the jacket, and the sled. Because even sledders, I don't know if they're willing to go out in these kind of temperatures. But, other than that, the other 3 months of the year when we get good weather is fine. Just got to book your vacation within that 3-month window of coming up to Edmonton. And we do have the Oilers, who are playing pretty well recently. Yeah, the mushers love it. The dogs love a lot of huskies up here, a lot of big coated dogs up here up in the north. And there are a few of us that play perfect team from the Edmonton, from the Alberta region. So if you're in, welcome in. And Boiled Egg says they hit minus 31 last night in Timmins after a blizzard of 30 centimeters the day before. Digging out. Only good thing about winter is hockey. And maybe this odd snowman. So guys, we are here on this Thursday. Again, we're going to do some giveaways throughout the stream. We do our bounty. We do our trivia that we're going to have a little bit later on. And it's easy. I made up the questions. Charles was not here to make up the questions, so it's all on me. And we'll take a look at some of the cards and a few other things on the slate today. So again, thank you. Thank you for spending this Thursday, mid-January. Weather's kind of nasty in many places across the world. So if you're all bundled up with your coffee, cheers to you guys out there. Okay, where do I want to start? Well, let's start. Why not start with a giveaway, right? I mean, face it, half of you are only here for the giveaway. Let's do it. Exclamation ticket, exclamation enter. Put it in the chat. Let's see if we can give 5 packs out. 39 Cobra won our packs on the earlier stream, the pre-TWIP stream with the 3 amigos. Thanks again to Spore and EVC for dropping in, taking some time out of your day to check out some of the NeL early bird release cards and the guess the set. And EVC will be back on Saturday morning, 10 p.m. Eastern, to announce the winners and to do a Ripapakapapalooza. Also, Tetsuiji will be back on Saturday with a special guest on his stream as well. So it goes EVC, myself, then Tetsuiji, plus it's the PTCS on Saturday. D-Block Dragon will probably be streaming the PTCS. It's just streams galore over the weekend. All right, we'll let that run for another minute. Let's see if we can get a bounty going here. I'm ready for a bounty. I got to see what's available. Again, usually when we play the bounty, we give out packs for anyone that's able to defeat me, my team, or my team and Charles' team. But since there's no Charles, I don't have to listen to the cards he wants me to take. I can take my own cards. And if you want to claim the bounty, there are the rules underneath. Let's see if I can make that a little bit bigger. There we go. There's the bounty, the double elimination, 146. If you want to claim the bounty, you have to do a couple things. One, knock me out of the tournament. Not just beat me, but knock me out of the tournament. And secondly, you have to follow the imperfect deal or no deal draft rules. All your batters on their card must be 1970 or earlier, and all your pitchers must be 1970 or later on their card. And you can find out the year of the card just by hovering over it during the draft. If you meet the qualifications and the criteria and you defeat me, you'll get 5 packs for winning the bounty. So good luck to you guys. 9 out of 16 people entered already. Remember, batters, 1970 or earlier. Let's have a battle of the errors, pitchers and batters. Some early hitters, some late pitchers, and let's see how this turns out. If you don't have any choices that meet the criteria, just draft anyone and then bench them. Yeah, put them on the bench. Okay. Let's get to it. What do we got? What do we have? All right, so I'll just change that to a scroll. You can see the bounty rules scrolling at the bottom of the screen there. See if I'm missing anything in chat. A lot of tickets. I'm scrolling through a lot of tickets here. Red shirts are in. The Wood Ducks are in. The Rangers are in. Rainiers are in. Yeah, put it in the chat if you were able to get in to the tournament with your team name. Declare, I tell you, that you're in. Yeah, 10 o'clock in the morning, EVC is going to be on Saturday. Dragon Hounds are in. Brewers are in. Okay, looks like we're almost full. So let's go ahead and draft this team. Hitters prior to 1970 and pitchers after 1970. All right, well, I've got a couple standouts for me. Hitters, Nap Lajoie. You are definitely before 1970. See, when I hover over the card, it says 1906. That's what you want to be looking for. Or it may say it right on the card. Two ways. There's two ways. There's multiple ways that you can find out what year the card is. Can't take Ricky. Can't take George. I can take Joe Sewell. So I like my mid-infield there with a Lajoie and a Sewell. Any pitchers I want? No. Hitters before 1970, pitchers after 1970, and if it's exactly 1970, it can be a pitcher or a hitter. That's your one free year of either or. Curious if anyone finds a 1970 player. All right. Again, if anyone defeats me, because there was one team entered before I chose this tournament, and if they happen to win or defeat me, then they don't get the packs. You have to meet the criteria. Again, they're scrolling down below there. Medwick, 1937, and Nellie Fox. Ooh, I'd love to put you in Nellie Fox. I can put Joe Sewell at third. So I've got an immortal infield other than Joe Medwick. Ralph, I'm going to take Ralph Kiner. Okay, Nellie and Ralph. I'm liking this so far. Love my lineup. Okay, pitcher, I can't take Preacher Rowe. I can take David Bednar and Jose Fernandez. Good. It's got to be careful with those catchers. Marty Marion, I have a shortstop, Mr. Joe Sewell. Let's move. I want to move here. Yeah, let's move Knapp over to third. Okay, Charles Nagy, I think I have to take you after 1970. And I guess let's go Harry Davis. Congratulations, Esri. You got the new Judy Johnson. I'm assuming in the draft and not in a pack. In a pack would be fabulous. Adam Wainwright. And hitter-wise, I can take Phil Caravetta or JJ Putz or Jorge Posada I cannot take. Dick Lundy? Okay, let's take an NEL. Dick Lundy. Pitchers, 1970 or later. Hitters, 1970 or earlier. David Price. Kent Tekulve. Kent Tekulve just barely qualifies. Little bit of cuckoo and that exclusive Jimmy Barrett. Don't mind if I do. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to find any catchers here. Catchers might be tough. Dom DiMaggio. Al Holland. Sonny is on the team. And Mickey Tettleton, I cannot take. Where's my other catchers here? I may be without a catcher. Guess we have to go with Jesse. Or do I go with another shortstop? No, I'm pretty good at short. But he's good. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Okay, let's go with Bill. 2 rounds in a row with no one pre-1970 with 12 choices. One reason I chose this draft, Chess Safari, is because there's 12 cards. I thought for sure you would get. I mean, I've had a pretty good selection. It's been at least half and half. Ted Lilly and Sean Marshall. No catchers. If you guys got a catcher, you have the lottery ticket, I think, because that's going to be a challenge. All right. 1 or 2 more pitchers. Need some batters. Johnny Frederick and Jim Rice, do you qualify? No. Pat McNulty, you qualify. Oh, Bruce Petway, where are you? Dink Mothel, where are you? Cole Hamels, yes. Dave. Okay, let's take a Dave. Dal, can you catch? John Titus, can you catch? No. Fred Ludacris, no. All right, last round. My catching options are 0. Okay, fun stuff. So first baseman, second baseman, first and second. Joe Adcock, yes. And I guess that's it for hitters. Pitcher-wise, let's go with Hernandez. All right, chat, bounty hunters out there. Again, if you defeat me, I'll come and take a look at your roster and make sure that all your pitchers are 1970 or later and all your hitters are prior or 1970 or earlier. Okay, let's go to position ratings. Can any of you guys catch? No. Okay, well, that's fun. At least I heard it's better to have 0 catchers than 1 catcher. That's what I heard. Cub fan Steve, you got 3 catchers so far. Well, hey, you are a favorite to win this if you've got 3 catchers. I thought for sure, I'd get one. Bill Dickey, one of the NeL catchers. Nope, I think I might have had Bill Dickey offered earlier. The silver one, maybe. But hey, if Kavacom can win the bounty with 1 catcher, and if Music Lessons can win the bounty with 1 catcher, I can win one with 0 catchers. Let's try it. All right, let's just throw in a basic strategy here. Good. Anyone missing out of the lineup? Joe Adcock, you've got good power, my friend. Joe Adcock, where can I put you? Nowhere, really. Harry Davis, can you go anywhere? Nope. Okay, Joe, sorry, don't get to play. You got really good power. I guess you're the You're going to be my first guy as a pinch hitter. They don't even have you as a pinch hitter. Come on. I want you as a pinch hitter for that game-winning home run. 15 seconds. If you haven't joined the giveaway, exclamation enter, exclamation ticket, put it in the chat. Going to make the draw in less than a minute's time. Welcome all in to the Thursday HAWC Report. All right, we will let that percolate a little bit and find out who our matchup is a little bit later. Is it full? It looks like it may be full. Yes, it is full. Okay, good. Come back to that. All right, so let's close off the draw here in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's Music Lessons, winner of the last bounty draft with only 10 hitters, 1 catcher, and a lot of RNG luck. All right, winner of 5 packs will be Fed Monarchs. Fed Monarchs. All right, you along with 39 Cobra are our 2 winners today. Fed, can you send me a quick whisper? I'm not familiar with that name. Just click on my name there in the chat, hit the little whisper button, and then send me a message what your Perfect Team username is. So whatever your Perfect Team account name is, let me know, because I can't get you the packs if I don't know what team you are or what your account is. All right, so we'll check in on the bounty a little bit later. Again, only 5 packs going to the team that knocks me out as long as they've met the qualifications. If they didn't meet the qualifications, then I will give 5 packs out to the bounty winner as an extra bonus, as long as they met the qualifications that we set out a little bit earlier. And again, we'll have a trivia in probably about a half-hour time. We'll go through and we'll do our trivia. All right, what do I want to bring up next? Okay, let's bring this up next. All right, so just recapping some of the things that Dish went over earlier. And don't forget, Dish will be back on tonight with a rebroadcast of the Twipped. So if you missed drops, if you were late to the show, I know it didn't go the full hour and 30 minutes, but hey, just tune in for the minutes that you're missing, 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it might be, and the drops will resume from whatever time period you left off. So catch that tonight. Again, back on at 9 p.m. Eastern, I believe, on the OOTP Developments channel. All right. Going over some of the tournament changes coming up January 15th. So Monday, we're going to see some tournaments out. We're going to see some tournaments added. Ezra, what is it, Ezra? You and Cub fan Steve are going for a who can draft the most catchers? We should be able to make trades in Perfect Team. Ezra, I'll trade you a 1971 pitcher for a pre-1970 catcher or 2. Yeah, it'd be cool if you could make trades. So again, take a look over the tournament changes here. Again, the ones being removed, the dead ball. I love dead ball tournaments, one of my favorite. Kind of sad to see the dead balls go. The OOTP eras, I also played those and did well in them. So, of course, I'm sad to see that one go. The non-live diamond, the diamond only for you diamond players out there, probably going to miss those. The Friday bronze only, that was the 128 team perfect choice pack bronze tournament. That one will be gone. And the Thursday high iron floor diamond cap ceiling is gone. Of course, they'll be in for the rest of this week, and then they got to, take a week to kind of completely cycle through. But starting Monday, those will start disappearing. Some changes to some of the popular tournaments there. I know a lot of you play the Mishmash, All-Star and Hardware Hero only change. We got a lot of weeklies that are changing, couple Saturday, the Tournament Lab. I know that's popular amongst a lot of you guys. Sometimes there's bounties on that one, I think. And yes, a lot of Saturday and Sunday changes. In fact, all the tournament changes except the Wednesday one are the weekend ones. But some new ones added as well, some dailies, some bronze to silver. Starting to see a lot more of the gap narrowing. So it's not just all diamonds or all live, but it's kind of from low bronze to, high silver, or low diamond to high silver kind of thing. So we're seeing kind of these goalpost type of tournaments showing up a lot more. I like the perfect draft. So in the perfect drafts, we see some changes, some additions, some removing of drafts, the get in line, the ones that just say perfect draft 2 and 3, they're going to be gone. The main event on Sunday will be gone, and a Friday back to basics. Perfectos. Remember OOTP 22 and 23. We couldn't wait until the perfectos came. Well, here we are. We get a boatload. We get a plateful. We get a plethora of perfectos, where every single round you'll have a choice of perfect cards. There are enough perfect cards in the game now that they can put out multiple perfecto tournaments. The morning jog, the nap time, the snack before dinner. Don't forget to take out the trash. I've heard that a lot. Honey, don't forget to take out the trash. Got it. The Perfecto Cup of Coffee. So that's going to be a weekly. And then the Sunday Perfecto main event. Don't know how many teams these are going to be, if they're 64, 128. But these ones tend to fill up fairly quickly because the Perfectos team, I think, are probably the most popular perfect draft every year. So we'll see. Also, one tournament change, and that's to the laptop daily lower level leisure lounge. One change, just to mix it up a little bit. We were playing in Jari Park in 1969. Now we're going to be playing in a rotating stadium in 1985. So we're moving to the defensive era. So that may change the selection of cards that you guys have on your team. We'll see if that makes a difference, because it can get stale after a while when you draft over and over and over. You're kind of taking the same cards over and over. But with a new stadium and a new era, it might mix things up a little bit. Also, if you have not entered these, why not? Go and enter it. Every tournament, points are distributed kind of on the side. I'm doing this as kind of a side gig, where if you finish first, I give you 4 points. Second is third is 2 points, and a fourth is 1 point. And then after the month, whoever has the most accumulated points from this tournament will win 20 standard packs. Last month, it was the Dodgers, the Hoosman 1, that won the tournament, or the monthly part of it. So far, we've got Ricky Wants to Play Baseball and Team Oklahoma. So EVC and Wildcat Bandit are currently in the point lead with 6 points apiece. If your team is on there, you're 1 win away from taking first place. So yes, this runs every day at around 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, 64 teams, and it will be changing to a slightly different format starting on Monday. Yeah, I love this tournament. I've been in every single one except for one of them. I missed one day because it was full by like 9 o'clock at night. And I'm like, what? 64 tournament full at 9 o'clock at night? How dare you? Where's my automatic entry, OOTP? I shouldn't even have to click. Just be, boom, in. And yes, Dave Steve Bronze is in the game, just so you know. By the way, these are all bronze and iron cards, so you won't see any cards above bronze. It's to have some fun with the lower level. That's why it's called the lower level Leisure Lounge. And yeah, EVC rocking the sombrero with the antlers on. Also, new series every Tuesday. We kicked it off this week. Going to continue on starting on Tuesdays. The Lap versus Chat. Oh boy, I'm going to have fun with this. I got humiliated by Tetsuiji and Chat on a Tuesday. They destroyed me. Well, not really. They had 27 wins on the year. I had 23. So we were triple digit in terms of our losses. And that's because we got to pick a team captain pitcher and a team captain hitter. And then we drafted each other's team, taking the worst possible players we could. So that's why we had huge losses. And every week, we fast sim one season with one of you from chat as the captain. And yeah, chat, you can kind of, during the episode, chime in and say, hey, do this or do that. Because if your team wins, if you defeat me, then I give away some packs. 5 packs if you have a better regular season than me. 5 packs if you win our exhibition game. 5 packs if you win a Cy Young or MVP award. And 5 packs if you win the World Series. And those are given randomly. We do a contest and everyone in chat gets to enter. So anywhere from 0 to 20 packs may be given out every Tuesday, depending how well you do against my team. And also the team captain, whoever that is, will get 5 packs for themselves if they meet 2 of those 4 goals in the Lap versus Chat tournament. Just pulled the perfect Rob Dibble with a drop. Okay, now you're making me self-conscious, Lord Christic, because I'm holding a cup of coffee. And I don't want to dribble. Okay, good. We made it. I had to look if I was on mute. That would have been embarrassing. An hour into the show, I'm on mute the whole time. Eesh. Also, a few emotes out there, new emotes out there for you subscribers. Added a few last night, so wherever you feel the need to use those ones, feel free to drop them in. Clowns are in. Okay, really, Vanilla Gorilla got Cupid Childs and Buck Ewing round 1. Well, Buck, you got a good choice. Buck, you got a good choice. I got Cupid Childs and Nap Lajoie. So I'm right up there. And then I got Joe Sewell in the next round. No catcher, but I got some immortals. New Lucy, yeah, Ezra Denny. Check out Ezra tonight, guys. Check out Ezra. Mod, if there's a mod in chat, put Ezra's channel. Exclamation shout out Ezra Denny and his San Francisco Giants, where often he will draft his team, and he's been doing pretty good in these tournaments. Hasn't quite hit the top 2 yet, but he's come oh so close. He's made the quarterfinals, made the semifinals, hasn't quite hit the finals yet, though. I'm sure that's coming. Ezra knows his lower level Leisure Lounge cards. Wears a leisure suit a lot of times too. That might help. Also, big shout out to Tetsuiji. Tetsuiji, who gives out, he creates uniforms for your team. For a subscription to his channel as kind of a thank you, he will create a uniform for me or you if you subscribe. And he has created both sets of uniforms for Lap versus Chat. Here are the uniforms, the home and away for the Lap team. Love them, Tetsuiji. When I saw this, I did dribble a little bit. Because these are fire. These are fantastic. Tetsuiji with the uniform creations, better than, the default ones. Can't say enough good stuff about his work, Ezra. Yeah, absolutely. Just an amazing artist with uniforms. So we got the home with the Oilers logo on it, and then we got the away with Edmonton on it. We got the oil drop on the cap, and the nice blue and orange from the old days, boiled egg, from back in the 80s when Wayne Gretzky, Mark Messier played on the team. And your uniform, the chat uniform, ooh, amazing. The home and away Twitch chat. You got the Twitch chat icon on the ball cap. You went with the pinstripes for the home uniform. And yeah, the Twitch logo with the away uniform. There you go. So the captains that we chose, we got to choose our own captains. Chat had first overall pick in 1962 from all the players from 1962. And Tesuiji, he went out on a limb. He reached. He went deep in the draft pool well to take Sandy Koufax with the first overall pick. I had pick number 8 or 9, and I went with Bob Gibson, 1962 version of Bob Gibson. And for our hitters, Twitch chat as their hitting captain went with Billy Williams. Billy Williams from the Chicago Cubs. And my choice, I really, really wanted Ron Santo, but he was taken just before my pick. Oh, I was going to take Ron Santo for you, Steve, but he was gone, so I went with Daddy Wags. If I couldn't go with one Twitch subscribers player, I went with another, and so I went with Daddy Wags. Leon Wagner was my choice for team captain. And then after that, we went wild and just drafted the worst possible players. Coming up next Tuesday, the 1963 season, we start off with the draft. So whoever the chat captain is, these are the top 3, 6, 10 players eligible in the upcoming draft. We both draft in the top 4, depending on how the draft lottery goes. So both of our teams will get a top 4 pick, and likely one of these players here, rookies. Remember, this is a random historical draft. So players from any era can come into the draft at any time. So chat, you're going to have, it's a very pitcher-heavy draft. A lot of pitchers in this draft, high-end pitchers. You're going to have a choice of John Smoltz, Carl Spooner, Dan Herron, Bert Blyleven, Tommy Green, the King Hernandez, Russ Bowers, or you can take one of the elite hitters available. Harry Heilman, Aaron Judge, Huey Jennings. Very strange to see Aaron Judge with all these classic players from the past. So yes, tune in again on Tuesday for that. Couple Tuesday treasure trove cards that want to kind of briefly mention before our break. And then when we come back, we'll look at the bounty. 2 cards really stood out for me. And I asked Izadafo, I said, Izadafo, give me a couple cards from Tuesday Treasure Trove. And he came up with 4 or 5 cards, but just going to show you a couple that both of us kind of agreed are playable and really good cards. I don't know if you've used the Bobby Astalella and D-Block. I'd love your opinion as well. I know you're more on the BABIP and the Avoid K. Third baseman, I kind of use the Bob Horner right now as my third baseman. Here's another option for you. Can also play left field, so maybe you use him more in the outfield. But again, we've got lasting mileage out there. We've got Termal Sledge out there. We've got Badu in the outfield, and of course, we got Johnny Dickshot in the outfield. So I don't know if he replaces them. Going to take some walks, 4 positional player, but one of the better cards. Excellent. What do they call you? Dr. Drynastic? Is that what EVC calls you? Drynastic or dynamistic? Or I can't remember his play on words, but yep. good to go at about, that would make it, what, 3:30 your time? No, whatever time that is, 12:30 Pacific, 1:30 my time. Okay, plenty of time. So here you go. This is the Bobby Estalella. Thank you, Ezra. Estalella. Ezra, when OOTP25 comes out, I'm going to book a 1-hour session with you, and we're going to go through all the names in the database. And you're going to help me because baseball language is my second language. Yeah, I can't pronounce many players. And you know what is funny for most, but not for me, is Tetsuiji on Tuesday when he was drafting my team. Oh, this young kid, Tetsuiji, he was laughing and giggling because he was saying, Lap, I'm just drafting players that you can't pronounce. Thanks, Mr. Suiji. So now when I have to do the exhibition games, he's gonna get a kick out of some of those players I have to pronounce. Estelela. Yeah, pretty much. Well, except Joe Black. Dave Steeb. I'm pretty good at that one. Roger Clement. Pretty good with Roger Clement. And any Bob I can pronounce, except that Bob Koivu. Yeah, I can't pronounce him. Speaking of Bobs, Tetsuiji got a few Bobs in the Tuesday set. And here's another one that is a good option for bronze. I play a lot of bronze. Right now, I'm still using Jerry Pretty, who when he came out, you can roll back the clip. When he came out, the modelers were not as big on Jerry Pretty as I was. I said, this Jerry Pretty card is going to go a long way. And they're like, you can check the tape. Go, rewind it. They're like, But I've used Jerry Pretty against the lefties pretty much the whole game. And we're on an ad break. So we're going to be back in 2 minutes, and we'll start the trivia soon after that. See you guys in 2. All right, we're back. We're back on this Thursday afternoon. Again, don't forget to check out Dr. Dynastic coming up at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. We've got PBE Sim. I think they're broadcasting tonight. Not sure if the commish is on tonight, if he's on Thursdays. And then, of course, the rebroadcast with DishNet. So you can pick up the remainder of your drops coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern on the main channel. All right, back to the Tuesday Treasure Trove. The Bobby Lowe gives you another good option. Again, a lot of people platoon second base at the bronze level. So you might use Jerry Pretty against the righties, and then you might use, I don't know who the current match is. D-Block Dragon has a player that he uses on the right side against the righties. That's pretty good. That doesn't have a lot of defense, but he likes the BABIP of this second baseman. So here's one that you can avoid a platoon on. Looks like he could play against both the lefties and the righties. Again, those of you that do like the BABIP, the gap power, the avoid Ks, I'm kind of starting to move in that direction, to be honest. I'm kind of liking BABIP players. We're starting to see a lot more of them pop into the game. And I've got Luis Arez, the elite one, on my team, the Gladiators in Diamond. He's in Diamond, and for 3 seasons in a row, he's hit over 300 in Diamond. The PT Elite Luis Arez. Ezra, help me. Arez. So yeah, and he's a high BABIP player. Not a lot of power, and he's hitting for a high average on my team, as he should. So this Bobby Lowe one, another option for you in bronze. Good defense. I think I'm going to try him out after the PTCS, see how he does. And then the third card that I think was an interesting one, if you play Iron. I don't know how many of you play Iron out there. Help me out in chat here. What are you thinking about this Bones Eli? Defense is really good for an Iron player. And most Iron players that have good defense have lousy batting. Like you get a shortstop that simply can't hit, but he's got good defense. Here's one that actually has a bat. So I think this Bones Eli is a must-have in Iron. The eye might scare you off, but I think I'm starting to drink the Kool-Aid that at the lower levels, eye may not be as important. Don't put so much weight into eye. I'm not saying you should or should not, but that's how I'm thinking, that at the Iron, at the bronze level, maybe you don't need that high eye player. So we looked at this guy here, very high eye, but he plays 4 positions and he's got a decent bat. It's not just eye. Whereas this guy here, Bones Eli, I think this is a must-have. Now, right now you have, again, it's always these players I can't pronounce. Hetch. You got the shortstop Hetch, who's really good against the left-handed pitchers. And then on the other side, I don't know who people are running. Is it like Amondesi? Is he left field? I think Amondesi people are running. So this is a really good option for shortstop. Bailey says, I play Iron, but I can't say who plays on that team. I know. Iron is like when you have multiple kids and you have your first one and you take hundreds of pictures of that first child. Oh, in the snow, in the grass, with a toy, without a toy, in the crib, in the bed, with the dog, with the cat, with grandma, with grandpa, with the boogers in the mouth, with the, multiple pictures. Second one comes along and it's like, okay, a few pictures. And then by the time kid 4 or 5 comes along, it's like, where's the camera? I don't know. We lost it. There's like the school photos, and that's kind of about it. I'm not speaking for everyone, of course, but seems to be that we kind of forget about the lower levels. And in Iron, we just let that team sit. We don't make a lot of changes. And here's a time I really think, Bailey, that you need to go back in Iron and get yourself a Bones Eli. So I think this card is going to make a difference on your team. Hits better against the lefties. Again, we've got that Hetch card that is up against the lefties, so I'm not sure where he fits in against Hetch. But I think Hetch you have only in a platoon situation because Hetch at all can't hit the righties. Where this guy hits the righties a little bit better. But again, just another option for you. Echevarria. Echevarria. Thank you. Oh, man. I need note cards. Echevarria. I need a little earpiece like they do in the TV studios where they whisper into your ear. Spore, I need you to whisper in my ear. Echevarria. Then it just comes out naturally. Okay, so yeah, those are the cards that impressed me with the Tuesday Treasure Trove that I want to try out in bronze or iron. The Estelela, the Bobby Lowe, or is it Lau? And we got the Bones Eli as kind of the top three that I'm eager to try out. So we'll get to some other cards a little bit later. We'll get to some trivia a little bit later. But let's hop in and take a look at the bounty and see how game one went. This is double elimination. So if you lose the first game, don't worry. You can come back on the B side. On the B side, sometimes the B side is the best. Can you guys name, here I'm getting off track again. Can you guys name a 45 kids out there? 45s were records, small records with 2 songs. You had the hit on the A side. And then on the B side, you usually had something that they were just like, throw something on there, Joe. We got Ring of Fire on the A side for Johnny Cash. Just throw a no-name song on the B side. Something we just want to release but want to kind of hide. Do you guys ever remember any 45s where the B side was the bigger hit than the A side? I can't think of any offhand, but I'm sure there's a Google site that shows that. Oh, okay. Oh, IBDB? Okay. You know, since the community gives back to me with pronunciation of names, I'll give back to you a record. Now, many of you might be familiar with records because you're at the police station a lot. It's not that type. IBDB, no, it's not that type of record. And it's not record. Back in the day, we had little tape machines. I don't know if Spore is too young for this, but Cub fan Steve, EVC, and I will remember you had the little Radio Shack, and you'd have to hit record and play at the same time for that cassette to record. Otherwise, if you just hit the record button, nothing would happen. You had to hit record and play at the same time. That's not what we're talking about, IBDB. We're talking about records, round things, round like the bottom of my cup. And it had a little hole in it. The smaller records had a big hole like that. The little record just had a little hole. And you had to put some plastic in the hole of the little record. You just couldn't put it on the player. You had to put a little plastic yellow piece in the hole. And you had to fit it in perfectly, because if it didn't fit in the hole, the record wouldn't play and you could scratch it. The edges had to fit perfectly in that hole. For the other ones, the 33 and a third, it had a hole just big enough that it would slide down the record pole. It would just go down there and it would slide down perfectly. So they were made of vinyl. And if you left them in the back seat of your car in the window, they would melt or they would warp. And then you couldn't play them anymore, IBDB, and you had to go buy a new one. And some of us learned the hard way with melted records because we left them in the back of our car. And they came in a cardboard album. right? About this big. It was like square. And you'd pull it out and you'd hold it by the edges of your hands because you were afraid to scratch it. So you'd pull it out and hold the record by the edges, and you would slide it down the pole. And then you would take a little arm and a little diamond tip needle on it. And you would put that and you would put it over onto the track, first track, and you would click play and music would come out. Beautiful, beautiful music would come out of something called speakers back then. And you had to be careful because if you hip checked your player, the needle would go and your record would be scratched. So you had to treat your records, and many of us did. We treated our records better than we did many other things because they could scratch, they could warp, they could break if you stepped on them. Believe me, I stepped on a few LPs. I'm sorry, Huey Lewis and the News. I loved the sports album, but I accidentally stepped on you. Does that clear things up, IBDB? I know as a subscriber, you get that extra little bit of attention tutorial. I hope that helped. Jess Safari knows as well. Records of the past. We're not going to go back into reel-to-reel tapes. No, we're not going to talk the word phonograph. Someone else can explain. EBC can explain phonograph. On the back of Don't Be Cruel or Love Me Tender. 8 tracks, those are probably the worst audio format ever. I was just a young kid in the car with the 8-track player, and just the sound was crappy. Yeah, never was a fan of 8 tracks. It's like the beta. Remember VHS and beta came out around the same time, and it was a war? Beta, VHS, beta, VHS. We're going to dominate. No, we're going to dominate. And it didn't take long, did it? It did not take long. Just like when DVDs came out, I don't know if you guys remember, but there were Blu-rays after DVDs, which was weird because they weren't blue. Except the case. But they had Blu-rays, and remember they had the alternate form of a Blu-ray? It was like a purpley kind of case. And it was the same thing. Blu-ray, no, whatever this brand was. I can't remember. Do you guys remember what brand that was? Just like the beta, it never lasted long. The Blu-rays dominated after a short time. HD DVD, that's what it was, Machia Pet. Yeah. Remember that? Everyone was like, oh, you got to go get yourself an HD DVD player. They're going to rule the world. So you went out and bought all those purple discs, cases, and then Blu-ray quickly took over. So yeah, sometimes in the industry, you get healthy competition, and then sometime one wins out pretty quickly. You love theme albums like Moody Blues by Elvis was blue. Yeah. They start to do that now, Cub fan Steve, for people that buy records. A lot of the records now are gimmicky in terms of the color of the record. There's like orange and yellow, or they got a design on the record now. Not like back in the day. Back in the day, it was like just the vinyl with the little paper over the hole. But you know what? Do any of you remember as a kid or a teenager or a young adult when you bought records, what the most fun was when you bought a record and you hoped your record would have this, where they would have the lyrics inside? You guys remember that? That not all records gave you the lyrics, and there was no Google back then to check them out. But some would come with inserts with the lyrics to all the songs. Liner notes. Yeah. The liner notes, they were cool, man. I love those. And when I bought a record, I was severely disappointed when it didn't have those liner notes. It's like, oh man, come on. But every once in a while, you hit gold and you hit one of those records with liner notes or some other sort of gift or extra goodie. You know, we're always looking for extras, for free stuff. And sometimes when you bought records, you got some free stuff in there. First double album you got was Frampton Comes Live. Yeah, I can't remember a lot of the double albums. Cub fan Steve says, I know, rekindling memories. You remember looking for those liner notes, yeah. Because then you could sing away with the song and it'd be like, you know, so many songs of the past, we've butchered the lyrics. Like blinded by the light, wrapped up like a, and many of us used an improper word to finish that sentence. Right? Or Billy Idol. Moni, 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 Moni. And then we would butcher the lyrics because we didn't have liner notes. Ted Nugent, the then double live gonzo. Go, Brian. I'm not familiar with your type of music. Some of it I am, but I'm more like Rich Grisham with you know, Van Halen and the lighter heavy rock. Not completely heavy, but, and I'm not much of a 70s music lover other than Boney M. I admit it. I liked Boney M. But yeah, it was a good time back then with records. So IBDB, thank you for taking us down memory lane and talking about some of our favorite records of the past. I am not too young for the Nuge. Walking Dead. He's number 93 for the Edmonton Oilers. What are you talking about? Maybe you're too old for the Nuge. RNH. Hear what I'm throwing down? Boiled egg. RNH. I'm sorry, Huey. I'm really sorry. But I did replace you with another record. We had Sam the Record Man up here. That was probably the best record store in Canada, was Sam the Record Man. They had, I don't know the square feet of it, but it was huge. And then we had something called A&B Sound. I don't know if any of you had A&B Sound in Canada, in other provinces. They were pretty good. And just so many 45s. You'd be thumbing through the 45s. This is like before even cassettes were like popular. It was all records, and they had the music playing, and some of them had listening stations. You could go over and they had a selection of records there you could listen to, so you knew if you wanted to buy them. Thank you for the compliment. I totally missed that I'm young. Thank you. Thank you for that. You had the Music Nook. Well, depending how isolated it could be, it could really be the Music Nook, if you know what I mean. Like it was a different time back then. All right. Well, it looks like in the bounty. Let's go back and look at the bounty. Round 1. We had Starfleet advance, and I have to play Starfleet now, but they're red-shirted, so they probably won't last too long. So Ezra and I go up in round 2. We got Popston Goria going up against D Block. We got Teddy O, the real Teddy O, going up against, who is this? G 2019. We've got Turts, Rue Jerry. They're going up against those clowns from Really Vanilla Gorilla. So those are all the A side. the good songs. All the good songs still alive. And over on the B side, we've already had one elimination round. The Rainiers, who I beat in round one, they are still alive. The Rangers are still alive. The Beekeepers, and then the Cubs. So it looks like we're ready to play game number 2, and it should be done when we're back from the break. So back again in 2 minutes, guys, and then trivia coming up very soon. Go put on a record. All right, we are back after the break. As the kids say, guitaring away. Air guitaring away, yes. Speaking of air guitars, how many of you ever competed in an air band competition? Come on, be honest. How many of you ever did? And let us know what one of the songs was that you competed in air band with. While you're doing that, let me go and download the latest file. No spoilers, because I've turned scores off. We've got a huge matchup here. And hey, we've got some time because Charles isn't here to, go over cards in a lot of detail like we usually do. So let's go and take a look. The two of the affiliates, Starfleet and Wheel of Destiny, in again Tetsuiji created uniforms. I love these ones. These are some of my favorite uniforms too by Tetsuiji because it's got like the wheel colors on it when I spin the wheel. And what's up with that, Ezra? Eddie Matthews at the plate, 2 up, 2 on, 2 up. Airband. Cobra was in some airband competitions. I could see that. All right. Hey, we've got some action going on here. The Wheel of Destiny into the gap, and that's going to score 1 run. It is 2-1 still in the first inning. Harry Davis at the plate up against Jamie Moyer. Moyer has none of it, sends him down. Johnny Frederick, a guy with 2 first names. And just like that, he walks him. We have bases loaded. Ezra Denny is sweating away in San Francisco. Jamie Moyer, Dom DiMaggio at the plate. And Dom reaches for the sky. And that's the 3rd out of the inning. Ezra escapes down 2-1 as we jump to the 3rd. And the new Judy Johnson. All right, let's. Sporer, what's up with that? You made him too good. Could you not wait 1 more week to release Judy Johnson? Out of the park, 349 feet. The Red Shirts extend their lead to 3-1. Still in the 3rd inning. David Price wearing the beautiful uniform, but giving up hit after hit. And we do not throw out the runner at home. Gaffes, errors as we jump to the 6th inning, and I still don't get to bat. I hate that when I watch replays and the other team always seems to bat. Is that the same for you guys? Whenever you watch highlights, it always seems to be the other team batting. Like they do that on purpose and then they laugh in their back studios. Ezra, catch it. Oh, man. The Red Shirts will be changing their uniforms to gold soon because they are not dying off anytime soon. After 6 innings, it is 2-1. 2-1. Oh, wait a minute. There's a 0 in there. 10-2. And still, I want a refund. OOTP, I want a refund. There should be equal my bats and his bats. I didn't pay to watch the other team bat all the time. Oh, now I get to bat. Bottom of the 9th inning. Well, thank you. Fred Brining up against Harry Davis in what could be the biggest of all comebacks. This would be a red shirt moment. Home run for Harry Davis. Dick Lundy at the plate. 1 on, 1 out, and make that 2, make that 3. Congratulations, Ezra. You know, for an older guy, you can jump pretty good there, I see. You got a lot of jumping jacks. Good cardio. You got your team doing some good cardio. We will not fixate on the box score too long. We will not. We will not look at my 5 pitchers. Oh, Ezra, you're really trolling me now. Ezzy, can I call you Ezzy? Boiled egg, get ready to take a drink. So I talked earlier about how, you know what, Ezra likes the Giants. In our lap versus chat, I want to draft a player that has some fondness for one of our community. And Ron Santo was gone. So I took Leon Daddy Wags for Ezra. And then what does Ezra do? To thank me? Destroys me 13-3. But that's not it. You know who player of the game was for Ezra's team? Drink up, boys, girls, cats, dogs. Synchronicity. There we go. I swear this game trolls me sometimes. I swear it. Take a drink, celebrate the community, the best community in the sporting industry. Thank you guys for everything you do to keep me entertained and to make me continuously go through the frustration of witnessing games like that. So I raise my glass and cheers from Ezra Denny to you. Take a drink. After stream, Ezra, I'm putting something else in that cup after that game. All right, let's take a look at the tournament tree. So myself and D-Block and Real Teddy O and Real Vanilla Gorilla, they all drop down to the B side. So we've got Ezra, Pops Dongoria, 2019, and Rue Jerry alive on the A side. And now I get to face the team that I played in game 1. Back at it with Lord Christic. Lord Christic.
I feel, Lord Christic, like maybe this is better suited to go up against you. Do or die the death match. Laptop Hound may have to surrender 5 packs to Lord Christic. 33. It is within your reach, young man. You and you alone can clear those 5 packs. However, I will do my best to keep you out of the winner's circle and to keep those packs alive for someone else.
So there you go. Lap versus Lord Christic in the next game, set to fire off in 10 seconds. I lied, in 13 seconds, ready to fire off. So we've got to just stick around and witness that. Yeah, we'll have trivia coming up. We'll look at a few cards, then we'll go play some trivia. Will it be the Lord? Or will I give a chance to either the Dragon Hounds or to the Rangers, because they're next up? Should I win this game, they're the next ready to feast on the Hound. And I am sending out Charles Nagy. Lord Christic, do you have a trophy next to your picture? I do not think so. Let's take a look. What is that team's name again? Who am I playing? Where are they? Oh yeah, the Rainiers. I am playing this guy. Seriously, I need to walk away from this game if you beat me with this guy. Snell versus a guy with a trophy on it. You be the judge. All right, sim should be coming in. There it is. The sim is in. We're not going to look at the highlights, I don't think. Maybe we will, a couple innings, because I just need to be more depressed. I just need more depression watching my teams lose. Okay, let's check it out. Look at that beautiful Charles Nagy purple going up against a guy named Babe Ruth. He's like, slug. Like, what did Babe Ruth ever do? Look at that. Babe is retired. Blake's, okay, I get to bat in the second inning. This is new. And that is driven by DiMaggio over the center fielder's head. That's going to bring in the run from first base. No. He says, let's torture lap. He could have easily scored, but the third base coach held him up. They need third base cards in this game. That would be a cool feature. Have coaches cards that you have to play in the game based on the environment and ballpark. All right, Dick Lundy at the plate, 2 out. Oh, yeah. No error by that guy. 1-0. Okay. 2-0 as we go to the third inning. Lord Christic, what's Blake Snell doing? He's giving up a hit to the gap. That's going to score 1 run, and we slide into second. Davis, Fox into second with a double. It is 2-1 now, top of the fourth, and OOTP listened. I get to bat all day. Going. The auction is over. It is gone 387 feet, and the Wheel Destiny is now tied 2-2. As we head to bottom of 5, Charles Nagy still in the game, and he gives up a run, of course. You just bring our hopes up and then crush them. Babe Ruth at the plate. This guy has nothing in the tank for Babe Ruth. That's it. Babe is single. That's the best you can do. And another run will score. And just like that, it is 5-2 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. And Joe Sewell gets to lead us off with a runner on first, nobody out, and Sewell takes a walk. And Lord Christic is breaking open the Pabst Blue Ribbon, because he thought he was going to be celebrating, but it's too early, Lord Christic. Put the blue ribbon down. Because Harry Davis, who already homered in this game, has something to say to Blake Snell. And he says, take that, buddy. That is going to load up the bases as my third base coach decides not to send him home. Bases are loaded for one Frederick Johnny Frederick, John JF, Freddie John Fred at the plate. He loops that one. That is going to fall into right field, and one will score. Bases are still loaded, and Lord Christic is desperately trying to put that open tab back on his Pabst Blue Ribbon because he does not want to waste a good quality beverage. Top of 6, bases loaded. Aaron Crow in the game now. He scares me more than Blake Snell. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That should score a run. I will take it. Sacrifice fly by Cuckoo, and it is 5-4. Dick Lundy at the plate. Dick Lundy, my catcher, apparently. That's who they put in to catch. Good choice. And that is high. Good eye, Dick. Good eye. Dick's got a good eye, folks. He loads the bases back up, and Lord Christic is clenching that Pabst Blue Ribbon with all his might. He does not want to give up anything to Pat McNulty, my number 9 hitter. And Pat McNulty, you bum umpire, that was low. Okay. It's about as much as I'll argue that call. 2 outs for perfect immortal Nap Lejoie. Crow Lejoie. 2-1 count. He will not strike out. Ball will be in play. And Knapp drives that one into left field, and all of a sudden we have a tie ball game. Here comes a runner from third. This time the coach sends him, and it is a run 6-5. And this is what a long top of the 6th inning. Lord Christic must just be throwing things at the wall. I hope it's pillows. 6-5, top of 6, 2 out, 2 on. Oh, and Fox swings. He delivers. The coach sending around the player to score. In fact, both players are sent around because the left fielder just held the ball. He got mesmerized by that girl in the 4th row. And he's going like, I got to throw the ball in. Well, hello there. Oh, I better throw the ball in. 3 runs will score. Well, 2 runs will score. It is 8-5. And you get to bat, Lord Christic. Clarence Smith 1 out. Moving on to the next batter. Top of 9. All right. I love when I bat. I take it back, OOTP. I love this game. And that's going to go up the middle for Kiner. Past Pesky. 2 on, nobody out. Harry Davis at the plate, and Harry Davis must be my MVP because he is swinging away singles, home runs, doubles. I think he's 1 away from the cycle. And Ezra, I'm catching up, buddy. I'm catching up. I need 1 more run. Kent Tekulve in to finish it off, and Kent Tekulve gets the ground out over to first for out number 3, and Lord Christic goes down. The force was not strong enough, young man, to take down the hound. Charles, please come back next week, please. Please. What do we got here? 11-6. Blake Snell gives up 6 earned runs. Harry Davis is the player of the game. Did he hit for the cycle? 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 RBIs. Harry Davis got a home run. He got a double, but he did not get a triple. Single, double, home run for Harry Davis, the man of the hour. And another game in the books. And now D-Block, Lap, the manager that continually takes me out of the daily tournament, up against D-Block in the next game. Who else advances here? We got the A side going again, the Red Shirts and the Wood Ducks facing off. Good luck to both of you. The Brewers and the Terts are facing off. And then 4 teams left alive on the B side, including the 2 I mentioned already, plus the real Teddy O and Cub fan Steve. All right. Well, we have the elder population of OOT playing on the B side. Yeah. We are well represented with the over 50 club on the B side. Except Ezra's over it. Come on, Ezra. Join us, okay? We've got butterscotch over here, Ezra. Come on, Ezra. Come on over to the B side. Oh, but you're in Germany. You're ahead of you're in the future. You're like 50 already. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to do the highlights of the game against D-Block because I'm probably going to be even more depressed. D-Block seems to have my number. But the Cubs barely won 3-2. Real Teddy O won 4-3. So the teams that are still alive barely hung on there. It was not a slaughter like my game and like Ezra did against me. So, hey, synchronicity. I lose 12 something and I win 11 something. Drink up. Okay. The download is in. Work everything out, stretch a little bit. Lap block. Well, one thing we know for sure is a lap is going to win. There will be a lap winner. I'm not going to go any further than that. Okay, after 1, it's scoreless. Scoreless, no lap block with a solo shot by Brooks Robinson. 1-0 D-Block. Oh, I love when you scroll on your team batting and it just goes and goes and goes. Look at this. Oh, Hound get 2 in the second inning. Lejoie scores. Nelly Fox scores. Let's go to the third. Still 2-1. And then the fifth. 5 golden runs. We get a single by Nellie Fox. We get Ralph Kiner walking. We get Joe Sewell walking. And Harry Davis, card I'm always going to look for. Harry Davis with the grand slam home run. We are up 6-1. Bullpen, do not fall apart. Do not fall apart. 6-1 after 5. A 2-run shot by Sam Trott makes it 6-3. Okay, I'm squirming in my seat a little bit. Nothing in the top of the 7th. Nothing in the bottom. Go to 8. Nothing. Nothing for me in the 9th. Okay. We've got a strikeout for Gil McDougald, strikeout for Sam Trott, and Jim Busby grounds out to end the game. And D-Block, I got you yesterday in the daily, and I got you today in the bounty, which again doesn't happen very often. You are probably my biggest rival right now, because we like a lot of the same tournaments. So Sonny Siebert is the player of the game. And you had Dylan Cease pitching for you. Live. That is Spore. That is the doppelganger for Spore. I mean, body shape. I could see Spore reacting like that on the mound. So Sonny Siebert, 8 strong innings, 1 earned run for the victory, and Harry Davis with 4 RBIs to lead the way. Oh, yeah. See, Charles? See, I can draft a team, Charles. See? All right, let's take a look. The red shirts are changing not their uniform to gold. Now they're going blue, medical. They're going on the medical staff because they've given a few teams some troubles, some difficulties. So they're wearing all blue now, the blue shirts. And the Terts, they're going to advance to the semifinals. The winner of that will go on to the finals. And over on the B side, I now take on another community member, one of the greats, Pops Dongoria, who's gifted some subs to the community over the last year. So the El Dorado Wood Ducks are next in line to claim the bounty. And I'm sorry I don't have a duck voice. One team will win. And sorry you had to join. Sorry that Ezra beat you, because we're going to have another senior reunion over here. So you get to bring us drinks. You're the youngest. Go grab some pizza. Bring it over to the B side. And then we've got BD, the Brewers, going up against the Altamonte Cubs. Cub fan Steve, who was able to knock off Real Teddy O, and they went 13 innings. 13 innings. Woo. Oh, Pops. Okay, now it's on, Pops. Now it is on. Prune juice for all. Really? Really? Prune juice. Can you add a little bit of rum to that, please? Just a little. Just a little. Okay, yeah, the Cubs. Wow, what a game. Better Off Ted scored 3 in the first, and then Cub fan Steve scored 3 in the 6th. So that was quite the exciting semifinal there, too. All right, well, it looks like the next game that's going to fire off is going to be Pops Dongoria and Cub fan Steve and our matchups. So we'll check back on that a little bit later. But I did promise you guys trivia after I look at a couple more cards. So let's go and look at a couple more cards. And chat, give me your expert opinion about some of these cards. So bronze, I play bronze. Many of us play bronze. We love bronze quicks, bronze tournaments, the lower level perfect drafts. This card looks like much better against the righties. What position? He's a starter. He can hit, I think. No, this one is not one of the two ways. Can't hit that well. So pitcher BABIP of 82 in bronze. And unfortunately, see, here's one of these cards like the Charlie Lee. D-Block mentioned this on his stream yesterday. Charlie Lee and many of the iron pitchers are one-sided. Like they're really, really good on pitcher BABIP, but they're really bad on control. But he mentioned a couple pitchers yesterday in iron that are really balanced. Their pitcher BABIP's lower. It's not in the 90s or the hundreds, but they've got a control that's higher, or they've got a stuff that's higher, or a home run suppression that's higher. I don't know if I would use this one in bronze, because I like my bronze pitchers right now. I like Giolito. I still like Dave McNally. I like Messersmith. Dave Stieb, kinda, although I did drop Dave Stieb out of bronze. His control was just a little bit too low to do well in bronze for me. And of course, we've got Bartolo in bronze. And I think, is it Lamar Hoyt? I'm missing one other of a fairly recent card. So there are a lot of really good bronze pitchers out there. Of course, Castillo is another good bronze pitcher. This one, I don't know. I think I might put him in the bullpen because he would get a stuff boost. Boost his stuff by going to the bullpen. Then he's only going to use his two best pitches, the curveball and the sinker. So I might try him out as a middle relief / long relief in the bullpen, but I don't think I would use him as one of my starters. So Dizzy Dismukes. I swear a Spore went after the cool names this set. Saul White. Now there's some blue. Here's another one of those cards like we showed on the pre-twip show, where there's a lot of blue and you think this is at least a gold, or even some might even say it's a low diamond by looking at his batting, but in reality it's a high silver. So I think this is, again, one of those D-block cards, one of those Minerva cards where you're emphasizing the BABIP, the gap power, the avoid Ks, defense. You want decent defense, but it doesn't have to be great, and you're going to not focus as much on the power in the eye. So I think this is, Lee is still one of the best iron pitchers. In fact, I've got him in my PTCS. He's, I think, my number 1 or number 2 starter right now in PTCS. But I really like this card. This is a card, if I played silver, I don't play silver, I would use this card because multiple positions, I think it's got to be part of the meta, right? It's got to be part of the meta unless you're a power eye guy. If you're a power eye guy, you're probably not a big fan of it. But this looks exactly Tetsuiji. Great comparison. This looks like a better version of Ty Cobb with the defense. And by the way, Tetsuiji, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I did give a shout out. Shout out Tetsuiji. And I don't know if I have a mod here right now. Tetsuiji. Follow this kid. Follow this kid. Great voice, great introductions to his base gameplay. And man, this guy can create creative uniforms like he did for the lap versus chat. He can't draft very well for me because he gave me all crappy players that won 21 games in the season. But man, this kid has talent. So go follow him on his channel, and he will create a custom uniform for your team in Perfect Team or in base game. So yeah, I would definitely be picking up this card. If someone has their card shop handy, I'm curious, what is he going for? What's the plan? Is he selling? Is there a lot of buy orders? Is there a lot of sell orders? Has anyone put in a buy order on this guy because you play silver? And since I do kind of see a little bit of a spoiler, let's go and check it out. All I saw was good game, Cubs. So that could be good or bad for the Cubs. Let's go check it out. Let's go here. Tournament tree. Quarterfinals. We have a winner. We have a winner. Congratulations to the Wood Ducks. They will claim the bounty today. Pops Dongoria is the manager, and they take the game 5-2. I did not get a chance, a synchronotic chance to go up against Ron Santo and the Cubs. But another time, Cub fan Steve, is you'll get to take on the bounty claimer Wood Ducks. However, to make it official, we do have to take a look at the Wood Duck roster to make sure that they did meet the qualifications. So all pitchers have to be 1970 or later. And just looking at the names here, Cosgrove, yes. Contreras, Seaver, 1977. Langston, 1993. Pink, of course. Yep. And how about your hitters? Have to be before 1970. Williams, York, Lombardi, Holler, Barely, Stewart, Judy Johnson. You got a Judy Johnson too. Oh man, Spore. Spore, what have you done? You created a good card here with Judy Johnson that I need to get now. What have you done? Now you're going to force me to go get this Judy Johnson card. 474. So apparently teams that drafted Judy Johnson today are doing well. Schaefer, 65, 1902, 1916, Rosenthal, Eberfeld, and Fox. All right, we do officially have a winner, but I do got to check out the other Judy Johnson. 308. Come on, Ezra, what's up with your Judy? Should be hitting 400. So we're down to 4 teams now. The Red Shirts and the Terts will face off to get a berth in the final. And the Wood Ducks and the Cubs are going to be playing right away. The winner of that will take on the loser of the semifinals. So we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here of the last 4 teams. So good luck. You guys are playing for the in-game packs now, as today it was only bounty claimer packs. So I'm proud. I'm proud of how far I went. And thanks, guys, for participating in the bounties. I mean, you guys fill up the bounties really quickly, and we have a lot of fun with the bounties and come up with creative, different ways of drafting players. Yeah, really gives another facet to OOTP. Again, just another amazing way you can play this game. What do we want? We'll look at the last silver here, and then we'll go and play some trivia. Jim Jeffries. So I don't rate cards, because I just don't. I don't rate cards. This one, I'm going to try in bronze. This one, I absolutely would use in silver if I played silver teams. If he's in my draft pools of tournaments, I'm going to draft him. Jim Jeffries, another pitcher here. Again, I don't know. Minerva, you know silver. Minerva, if you're still here, I know you play silver. Chess Safari saying, no sales on white, 50K sell, 7.5 to buy. So there is some demand. It looks like there are some other people out there that say it's a pretty good card. How about this one for any of you that play silver? Does he fit into the silver meta right now? For me, I'm thinking stuff might be a little bit low. Control might be a little bit low. So is this a guy you stick in the bullpen if you do have him? He'll get a stuff boost. I mean, he doesn't need 106 stamina in the bullpen. He can play some outfield. So maybe a dead ball guy. No way, Cobra. Get out of town. All right, drinks up. Synchronicity. We just talked about Saul White and 39 Cobra, who already won 5 packs today, pulled the Saul White. Who's writing this material? Seriously. Congratulations, 39 Cobra. So Jim Jeffries, I don't think, but again, I don't play silver. I don't think he would make meta silver pitching, but he could be a bullpen piece. I would not be afraid to use him in the bullpen. So similar to the Alex Wood. Okay. Yeah. All right. Before we get on to the gold cards, let's go first quickly. Because now that I'm out of the tournament, it doesn't give me the automatic download. I hope they fix that for next game, because I liked when it gave you the automatic download, even if you're out of the tournament. For me, 90% of the time, it doesn't do that. So is this round done yet? No, we're still a minute and a half away. Okay. Are we on time? Oh, yeah, we're good. All right, who's ready for some trivia? Let's do some trivia. Let me get my trivia screen on here. There we go. Well, Charles didn't make up the trivia today. I made up a set of 13 questions. And if you want to play for your chance at winning some packs here, you've got to follow the instructions that are going to pop up on the screen any minute here. I'm going to award packs for first and second. We're not going to do a race to the bottom today. I want to see who knows their stuff. So you got to finish first or you got to finish second to win some packs. 5 packs for first place, 5 packs for second place. So you should see the instructions pop up. If you've never played this before, there's a little icon on the right-hand side of your Twitch screen that says Quiz Kit. And you need to click that and allow access to your Twitch username. So that way we can see your name on the scoreboard. And someone in chat, help me out here. Do you have to keep doing that every week? Or if you do it once, does it automatically do it for you the next week? I've never asked that question. Just once? Okay, good. That's good. If for some reason you can't see the questions, you may need to refresh your browser, because we have had issues in the past where the questions aren't showing up. Just refresh your browser and everything should be good. All right, we'll do 5 questions. We'll take a break. We'll come back, look at the bounty, and then we'll finish it off. Here we go. All questions have to do with NeL cards in the game before today. How well do you know your NeL cards? Question number 1. Prior to today, how many non-PTCS NeL perfect cards were created for OOTP24? If you go to the card shop and you look up the perfect NeL cards, how many are currently in the game? 13, 17, 21, or 23? It was, I would have got this one wrong. I did not think there were this many. I probably would have guessed 17 on this one. But if you exclude the PTCS or PTMS kind of cards and you look up NeL, not like the other cards like the Roy Campanella that's not an NeL. We're talking NeL. There are 21. Yeah, 21 NeL cards that are perfect. Yeah, that probably would have, I would have been one of those two, 17 or 21. I probably would have went with the lower one Because 21 for a set seems like a lot. But mind you, we've had 4 sets. So that's, what's that? That's like 5 perfects every set. That seems like a lot. Fanatic was the quickest to ring in. Wow. Either really good guess or, man, you've scoured the card shop. All right, let's go to question number 2. Which NEL pitcher has the highest overall stuff on his card? Bill Foster, Leon Day, Bill Force, or Dave Brown? So if you sort by stuff in the card shop, who has the highest overall stuff? I think it's an easy one. Should be an easy one. Yeah, it is by a lot. I think it's by like 20 or 25. I think second place was like 107 or something, 108. It is one of the Bills, and 11 of you got this right. So Cage, I don't know if you have it handy there, but what was the stuff? Like 126 or something like that to 107. Yeah, it's pretty high. Scores are in. There you go. Lord Christic and Fire and Or, Fanatic, Chess Safari. A lot of you guys. Yeah, I thought that was an easy one. See, I give you guys easy questions. You just got to be quick on the draw here. Next question, number 3. Which NEL card has him playing in Habana in 1927? Habana, not Havana, Habana. Sam Streeter, Rube Foster, Oscar Levi, or Satchel Paige, 1927 card in Habana. 129, Lord Christic, thanks. Yeah, I knew it was close to that 130 mark. But as Cage said, it's a lot. It's not close. Answers are in. And fooled half of you. 8 were able to get this one right. It is Oscar Levis. Fanatic quick to ring in there, and Fanatic has the overall lead right now. So Fanatic knows his NEL card so far. Lord Christic in second, and CM Bandit in third place. Chess Safari not far behind. Next question. The Perfect Cool Papa Bell has which of the following as its highest overall? Speed, bunt for hit, stealing, or base running? This is a tough one because he's good at all of this. But which is his highest overall rating? I probably would have got this wrong because I would have had no clue. I would have thought, I don't know. Answers are in. Yeah, I was just going by the rating on the card. And when I looked at the card, it had stealing as the highest overall. Only one person. It was pretty mixed, just like I thought it would be. I thought it would be mixed all around because that was a tough one. Fanatic. Wow, Fanatic. Wow, you know your cards. 14,555. And on that note, we're going to take our break, guys. When we come back, we'll check in on the bounty, play some more trivia, look at some cards, and then head over to Dr. Dynastic in about a half hour time. All right, we're back. And before we get back to the trivia here, let's take a look at the bounty. The bounty is almost done. We had a game, I guess the semifinals still going on, but we had that one semifinal matchup. The Wood Ducks, who defeated me and claimed the bounty, then went on and defeated our good friend Cub fan Steve 12-4. So the Wood Ducks are on a bit of a roll here, and Tink Hentz gave up a couple runs, and then Contreras came in for the win, 1 innings pitch, and Ted Williams having a wonderful tournament. The immortal Ted Williams hitting 389 for Pop Stongoria. One heck of a tournament. So the Cubs are now eliminated, and over in the A side, it was the Red Shirts losing to the Terts by a score of 2-0. Wow, what a well-fought game there. 8 hits apiece, 2 runs coming for the Terts, 1 in the 3rd inning, 1 in the 8th inning. And Blake Snell, who this time the historical Blake Snell, he would take the loss, only giving up 1 earned run in 7 innings. Billingsley gave up the other run. And this guy here, Brandon Webb, the tournament edition Brandon Webb, would claim victory for Athens. So Athens, there was a rain delay there. I don't know how that affects the game. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But there was a rain delay. And so now we have one more matchup in the semifinals. The Red Shirts going up against the Wood Ducks. The winner of that gets a little bit of a reprieve because the winner gets to go to the finals, which is a best of 3. And so even though Athens has not lost yet, the B-side winner gets kind of a reset, and they get the chance to lose at least one more game before being eliminated. So that game should be coming in fairly quickly here. It says simulating, so let me just double check here on my screen. If it shows that it's done, it does. So we might as well go take a look at our 2 finalists. Athens will be going up against the Wood Ducks. So the Wood Ducks, they defeat, where is it here? They defeat Ezra 5-3. 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th. So Ezra had a 3-2 lead going into the 8th, and then the Wood Ducks put on the pressure. Player of the game, Ted Williams. Good to know for next time I do this format. Ted Williams is a beast, hitting 429. And Judy Johnson still hitting 393 for the Wood Ducks. So that looks like the pretty good combination there. So congratulations, Pop Stongoria. You've done what is tough to do in double elimination. Although you did go pretty far on the A side. And then you lost to Ezra. You came back. You defeated myself, Cub fan Steve, and then you got your revenge against Ezra. So it's you and Athens in a best of 3 final. Again, you're just playing for the in-game packs and a little bit of pride. Thank you for the prune juice and eliminating all us senior citizens. I hope you're happy that you took out the seniors in the tournament. I don't know how old Terts is, but Terts, give that kid a lesson. Win at least the first game. Make him work for it. Okay, let's get back to the trivia here, guys. We are on question number 5. Let's move things around a bit. And thanks for hanging in. Thanks for hanging out on this Thursday. We saw 10 cards released in the NeL 5 series. Some of you mentioned you pulled some of these cards already. Good to see. On Saturday, I'll be opening 250 packs. So we'll see if we can open up some for the Gladiators on Saturday. Kamish, good to see you, Kamish. I may rock the hats a little bit, but there is no one no one, and I mean no one that wears a wig like you do. Sometimes I wonder if you do that for the stream, or if you just, it's an excuse to do that for the stream. I don't know. I don't know the commish that well. Like, hard to say. Good to see you though, commish. We're here for some trivia, playing some NEL trivia. We've got Dr. Dynastic coming up in about 20 minutes time. We'll take a look at some of the other cards, although there's two I really want your opinion on. You know, the ones that are at the end of the set. So here we go. Fingers on the buttons. Ready to squeeze. Question number 5. Although primarily a pitcher, Dick Whitworth's card has him eligible with a 42 rating at which position? Catcher, second base, left field, or right field? What is his primary hitting position? Take a drink. Synchronicity. Hawk episode 42 with a 42 rating at which position? Maybe some of you got him in your draft today because you needed one of those positions. And Terts, if you're still in the chat here, and Pops Dongoria, were you guys able to get 2 catchers? I wonder if the 2 finalist teams were able to get 2 catchers. Because I had 0. And yes, Dick Whitworth was a catcher as well, so he has a 42 rating on his card. Punks Dongoria, you are a man of creative, inspirational, wonderful ideas. Tangia for wigs. But like I said, I don't know. Maybe Kamish wants to wear a wig. So now he's going to use that as an excuse to put that on his channel. Right. Yeah. I get to rock the wigs again. Thank you, Punk. My manager from PBE Sim, update us. Is there PBE tonight? When do we get started the next regular season? Come on. Hound Streamer's raring to go. Season number 3, or season number 4 with the Bears. All right, here we go. Question number 4. 5. Question 5. Draft is tonight. Which of these cards is not a bronze card? Kid Lowe, Leslie Green, Pedro, or Ed Stone? How well do you know your levels? Which is not a bronze card? Let's see if Fanatic is still on a hot streak here. Remember, we're playing for first and second, so don't let Fanatic scare you and say, well, I'm giving up. This kid's way too good. No. Silver medal gets 5 packs. Saturday's the minor draft. Okay. So chess is Tedford Woofington Jr. eligible for the major draft tonight, or is he 1 year away? I can't remember how that works. Will your eyes be glued to see which team he goes to? Oh, you peaked too early, huh? Never peak too early there, Fanatic. All troubles after that. Lord Christic has taken the lead with 103 points over Fanatic. Caged Wisdom is within 400. Sean Soul, Garnick. See, that's with my trivia, you get close races. With Charles, it's runaway. See, chat. I like this balanced trivia format. Or I'm just getting lucky here. Next question. Luke Easter's lowest rating is which of the following? His I, his BABIP, his Avoid K, or his Power? The Luke Easter card. Lowest rating on the card. And again, it's not even close. At least not by color. Well, you know, the good one, the highest one. So yeah, that probably Diamond. Diamond, is he like a 97 or 93? If there's more than one card, I chose the better one. It is BABIP. Oh, there you go, Lord Christic. Thank you for saving my butt. Yes, these are all NeL Stars cards. So if he only has one, that would be the diamond one. Because I'm thinking, like, I didn't see two of him on there when I was doing the research and making the questions. Oops, did I miss one? Okay, thank you. So he only has one NeL card. I thought that players only had one. I don't think there's any player that has two. All right, we got our comment of the chat so far this stream. I threw a nasty slider your way, IBDB. No Dave Steve questions. I know you're looking. Where's Steve? Where's Steve? Where's everything about Canada? Where is it? Nope. So you probably did like weeks of research too. You're reading up on Canada and Dave Steve. You know him like the back of your hand. Yes, it worked. Got someone else researching Dave Steve. All right, it was his BABIP. That is his lowest on his NeL card. Rob Deere and Headlights with the 14,000 on that one. Fanatic again back in the game and taking first overall as we head on to the next question. Monty Irving's NeL card is a diamond. What rating is the Chicago Cub, Monty Irving? Is it iron, bronze, silver, or gold? Iron, bronze, silver, or gold? I almost got Monty Irving and Monte Ward mixed up. But no, Monty Irving, just like Campanella, just like Easter, has a non-LE card. What level is it? Again, good mix of answers here. Dr. Dynastic, if you're lurking, I'll need 15 minutes, sir. 15 minutes to finish off trivia and quickly look at a few more cards. So I will raid over. I'm going to plan on raiding over at 12:50 your time, which is still a little bit earlier than you normally go on. They were, Rob. They were about NeL cards. I did say Diamond 96. So in a roundabout, do you want more Dave Steve ones? I could bring up my Dave Steve trivia. Careful. Good to see you, Rob Deere and Headlights. Hope your Thursday's going well. Always love the Dave Steve banter. Rue Jerry was the quickest to ring in on that one. Caged Wisdom still has the overall lead. Who is not listed as a catcher on his card art? Martin, Johnson, Williams, Duncan. Which is not listed as a catcher on the card art? I had to throw a curveball because maybe some of you have your card shop open and all the Negro League cards are on there. So that would have threw off your timing a little bit. You couldn't look it up as easy. Answers are in. 8 of you correctly identified that Wade Johnson. Yeah, Wade Johnson is not listed as a catcher. Stack Martin's pretty easy. Fred Duncan's pretty easy. I never used Poindexter Williams, but some of you may have. Chestafari, the quickest to ring in there, and then Fussmucker and Spore, top 3 to ring in. Caged Wisdom with the 9,000 point lead. Fanatic, what's going on, buddy? How do you go from lead to third place? I guess with a wrong answer. Ooh, who did I feel you with? Who did I feel you with? No. Who did I fool you with? Oops. That was a slip of the tongue. Which again wasn't probably something I should be saying. It was a mistake. All right? A mistake. All right, next question. So yeah, Mr. Dynastic, Dry Dynastic, Dynamic Dynastic. We'll be rating over at 1250. You could bank on it. 1250. We're coming over. How many NEL cards are listed as a relief pitcher as the primary position when searching on the card shop? Primary NEL relief pitchers. 3, 5, 7, or 9. Pick your favorite odd number. One of them will be right. No. Dynastic. Come on. I know you want to be like Commish and get to put on wigs. It gives you a little bit more time to go to the closet and pick out a good one. That should be one of the options for what you're wearing today. A wig. But not regular wigs. Like go get from the Halloween store one of those Thor wigs. And then go get like one of those gray wigs. I'd like to see Dr. Dynastic in a gray wig. What would he look like with gray hair? And why? Why am I even thinking about that right now? Let's continue on with trivia. So of the 137 cards, I think, NEL cards prior to today, only 5 of them are listed as relief pitchers. Please start charging. Please start charging me some rent. That way I have an excuse to leave. How long is this lease that I signed? Rob Deere and Headlights, quickest to ring in. Caged Wisdom in the lead. Lord Christic in second. We've only got 5 contestants in the positive numbers right now. It's still anyone's game because we still have enough questions. 15,000 points per question. Anyone can take this. Infinity. Who played with the Indianapolis ABCs in 1925? Turkey Stearns, Logan Hensley, Dink Mothel, or Fred Long? Who was part of the ABCs in 1925? Part of his card art and description. By the way, that was the best Marvel movie, Infinity Wars, by far. I know Commish and Dr. Dynastic are Star Wars fans. I was as a kid. Loved it. Loved the original Star Wars. All 3 of them. And then, I don't know. I kind of wasn't impressed with the next 3. But Marvel, Infinity Wars, oh yeah, best movie. For the Marvel series. Well, Endgame is like a bookend to it, right? It's like a mini series, right? You don't say, I watched North and South and episode 2 was the best ever. No, it's the whole series. But yeah, Endgame was pretty good too. Fred Long was the answer on that one. Rob Deere and Headlights and Chess Safari, quickest to ring in there. And Lord Christic now has moved into the lead over Caged Wisdom. Next up, question number 12. The final year shown on NEL cards. What's the latest year they show on a card? Is it 46, 48, 50, or 52? I think there's just a couple with this last year on it. So a lot in the 20s, 30s, 40s. But which is the last one? 2047. Well, yeah, if you're going by perfect team years, they released them today in 2066. Wow, that was easy for you guys. You guys knew it was 1948. All right, as we head to the last question, here is the leaderboard. You can see it on your screen. This question's worth 15,000 points. Lord Christic is in first, Caged Wisdom in second, Chess Safari in third. And I always have to have a little bit of Canadian content to make sure my government doesn't track me down. So here is your Canadian content. What number did Jackie Robinson wear during his season in Montreal? Did he wear number 7, number 9, number 24, or number 42? What was the number on his uniform when he played for Montreal in his one season? There is your Canadian content. I'm really curious how many people know this. You guys are, no, another curveball, IBDB. It's not a Steve question. Okay, answers are in. 8 of you were correct on that one. He wore Gordie Howe and number 9 while he played for Montreal. So final results for trivia. Congratulations, Lord Christic. I may have knocked you out of the bounty, but you got your 5 packs anyway for finishing first place. And Caged Wisdom, I'm glad that I gave out first and second because you were less than 500 points away from first. So you will get second place and the 5 packs that go with it. So I do know your guys' perfect team username. I think it's pretty close to what you use in Twitch. So I will fire those off. So our perfect giveaways today, we have 39 Cobra won 5 packs. We have Pops Dongoria that won 5 packs. We have Lord Christic and Caged Wisdom that won 5 packs. And we have the Fed Monarchs. And Fed Monarchs, I did get your whisper, who won 5 packs as well. So those are our giveaways for today. Thank you guys for playing the trivia. Before we close off here, let's one more time go back to the cards that came out today. And in the last few minutes, let's skip ahead a little bit. To our perfects, Andy Cooper and Edgar Wesley. Cooper and Wesley. So those of you in perfect team, or those of you that are, play a lot of diamond and your team's always in diamond, you guys kind of know what the meta are right now. In terms of Andy Cooper as a starting pitcher, I'm guessing he's not in the top 5. However, he is a lefty though. So if you're using kind of a lefty advantage ballpark for left-handed starters, inform us. Help us out in chat here. Is this a guy that can play in perfect league right now? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Cage. Because he's a lefty, I think he might squeeze into your top 5 lefty rotation. I think, Spore, you created a really interesting card here in terms of, the top level teams wanting to use. If you like a lot of lefties in your rotation, I kind of think, Cage, you hit it on the nail that he is close. You have to think about it. I mean, you could use him in the bullpen. Obviously, he's going to get a stuff boost, and he's going to have his fastball and changeup as the 2 pitches. So I think he could work really well in the bullpen. because you're increasing his weakest attribute. But as a starter, I tend to agree. I think he's probably 5 or 6. So he's a strict upgrade from Bumgardner. So anyone using him would get an advantage. So that's cool. It's cool. We're seeing some Negro League player stars be part of the meta again, because I know Satchel Paige was, Hilton Smith was, of course, Jackie Robinson with his NEL card will be. But Andy Cooper, is going to get some play in Diamonds and, well, anywhere. If you get an Andy Cooper and someone that has their card shop handy, can you do a quick look at me, what buy orders are, what sell orders are, what the last 10 is? Give us an idea of what the price range is. I'm going to guess somewhere around 350 to 400,000. Is that kind of where he's sitting at right now? Oh yeah, so I was pretty close. 342 is kind of the last 10. So a 300,000 buy order or close to 300,000. That makes sense. And then there's Edgar Wesley. Cage, maybe you have an idea about him. The good news is there's a lot of blue. The bad news is he plays a position where there's a lot of competition. And even if you put him at DH, there's a lot of competition at DH now that a lot of people might use Hank Aaron at DH or Oscar Charleston or one of those premier outfielders. So based on his position, I don't think he gets into the perfect team league lineup. More probably going to do well for you in gold and diamond leagues. It's kind of where I think I would have him targeted. And you're right. If you have Votto, you're probably not going to chase this card here. So still, I mean, if I get him on my Gladiators, he's going first base for me. But again, there's so much competition. Even the non-meta ones like the Greenberg and those first base cards are I think close to what we see here. Bruthers, and Freeman, are both better or at least similar. So I think this is, if we're ranking first baseman, probably in the number 5 to 10 area of best first baseman out there. But I don't think he quite makes it in perfect league. And if you've got the Bruthers, if you got the Freddie Freeman, maybe even, again, that Hank Greenberg for one side of the plate, don't think he quite gets there. But what about the level 10 on the last 10 on this one? What are we looking at for his price? Probably less. Like I'm thinking maybe 199,000 or something. I mean, he's going to be high priced early on, but I'm thinking probably close to 200, and he'll probably settle in around the 125 to 150 mark. So I don't know if there's any kind of mission tied to this card. Yeah, and that's D-Block. That's what's great about the card Spore came out today. Like with the pitcher, the ballpark's going to make a huge difference. He could be one of your top 3 pitchers in your ballpark. And same with Wesley. He's going to make you think about a little bit with that higher power in the type of ballpark that you play. Yeah, I completely agree. Cobra with another pack opening. They're adding Kevin Brown Immortal. This is your day, Cobra. Good for you. Good to see you making some ground, as we say in Canada, making some hay with the cards today. Do you guys were with the other cards there? Were there any other banger cards that you said, whoa, this guy has just replaced the meta in diamond or in gold or in this? Or when I look at Kennedy, he looks like, a lot of good stuff on this card too, defensive wise, offensively. But again, I don't play high diamond tournaments, so I have no clue where he would fit in. I don't have a model. I can't plug it into the computer to see where he ranks. but I would think he would have to be a consideration. And Caged Wisdom said, if Klein didn't exist, you love Hoskins. Yep. So it looks good. It looks good. A lot of times we get the NEL sets and they're like cookie cutters because they all had similar shapes in terms of how they played back then. So we see high BABIP, low power, low I. So it's good to see some of these cards come into the game now and still, serve a really good purpose. Like I said, I'm going to try out the Dizzy as probably a bullpen guy on my bronze teams. If I get into silver or perfect drafts that involve this guy here, I'm going to draft him. And in terms of gold, definitely I'm going to think about Judy Johnson at third base in my gold with that high BABIP. Vic Harris, again, just a multi-positional. It's almost like the Dink Mothel of gold here. Like he plays a lot of positions, got a good bat, BABIP, eye, gap power. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of interesting choices with these cards that came out today. Okay, one final look in at the bounty. Let's see if we have a winner of our bounty tournament, and then we'll send you over to Dr. Dynastic. Let's go back to the main screen here. All right, it is a 1-1 series right now. The Terts and the Wood Ducks are tied up at 1. And I think the final sim is just underway right now. So we can take a look at the two games in the final. First game went to the Terts 13-0. Whoa, you did take care of the youngster there, Terts, in game 1, and then 8-2. Wow, two huge victories, one-sided, lopsided victories there. So we go back to El Dorado for game number 3. And we will find out if it's done here. Let me exit out. I think it is done. And we have our in-game winner. So congratulations. Not often that we get to see the winner during a stream, but it went quickly enough. Congratulations to the Athen Terts and Ruggieri, who I saw in chat a little bit earlier. You'll get the 3 in-game packs there. You took game number 3, 2-0 over Pops Dongoria. So what a battle. Rogers, a gold Rogers card, takes the victory. Someone I added on the theme team this week. And Mark Langston, gold, takes the loss. Congratulations. The tournament MVP is Freddie Lindstrom. That was fun, guys. It was a lot of good battles, a lot of nice rivalries along the way. Here is your final tournament tree. Again, the bounty claimed by the Wood Ducks, and then the winner of the tournament is the Terts. So at least both of you guys get some packs either from in-game or from the bounty. Well, that's going to do it for me, guys. I am back on Saturday. Have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Don't forget, set your timer. DishNet is back on tonight for a replay of Twipped. You can go back, get the remaining of your silver packs. I think there's probably still a couple more silver packs, or if you missed more than a half an hour, you got more packs coming to you. So unfortunately, Charles wasn't here. We couldn't do the pack ripping baseball game like we usually do. We'll do that next time. Thank you for your support. Thank you for the follows today, Matt Walsh and JJ Fusk. Thank you, Dark Horse 414 for re-upping the sub. Fairweather, thanks for the follow. IML Owl. We got Susmanja, Sean Paxler with the bits today, Dr. Dynastic and EVC with the re-upping of the subs. Thank you to those of you that did that today. Saturday, back on. I'll have all the channel point redemptions back on for Saturday. I only turned a few on today because I was without the co-host. As always, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Give what you can, take what you need. It is nasty weather out there. I showed you earlier, there are not many places in the United States that will not have any kind of disruption going on with the weather. And like I said, Canada, Edmonton right now, we're getting to minus 40 with the wind chill a little bit later tonight. It is a great day for baseball. Make it a good one. Stay tuned. Don't touch that. Tip of the hat. Spore, EVC, thanks for coming on the pregame show today. And thank you, Dish, for the raid. We'll see you next episode.
Every now and then it's gotta rain. We live over good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can't shine every day. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So have a good time. The sun can't shine every day. So have a good time. The sun can't shine every day.